setting the bar story. Kelly, these are
examples of what not to do or situations we hope you don't find yourself in.
Look, flight delays are a thing that we got to deal with, right? But if you can manage to make it through the day without getting into an argument with your coworker about a person's seat when you are the flight attendant, causing a delay of over an hour, then you're doing okay.
Oh, no, sir.
So this was all happening on a flight from Los Angeles to Houston, delayed over an hour. A couple flight attendants.
It was like 2 hours. It was a 2-hour delay.
Well, it spanned over. It was supposed to leave at 12:55, got off at like 2:13. So it was, yes, 2 hours, but just over an hour when you actually think about it. So these two flight attendants, they got into an argument after someone in first class just asked to switch seats with someone in coach so she could sit next to her husband. Now, one of the flight attendants said, yeah, sure. The other flight attendant who he was working with had an issue with it. They got into a verbal argument right in front of all the passengers there on the flight.
Screaming match. It's like he yelled at her, and then she ended up crying in tears, running back to the front of the plane. I mean, it was insane.
Now, all of this was captured online in now deleted tweets by ESPN anchor Ashley Brewer, who just started... she was sitting in first class, she was taking selfies of herself, just sipping tea, eating popcorn, right, for sure. And going, what is happening here? So finally, she gets a shot of them literally leaving, the flight attendants leaving the plane. Then
they get kicked off.
Then after an hour, new flight attendants come on.
Yep, they had to find another crew. They had to scramble.
They're polite. They're happy. They're like, hey, sorry about the delay. We're going to get you on your way. Let's go. Let's roll. And so everybody went on their merry way. The airline said, hey, we're aware of what happened on this flight. We're investigating. We're sorry for the delay. There are still questions because we don't know at this point whether or not that passenger in first class ever got to switch with someone in coach to sit next to her husband.
That's the most tragic part of the story.
We don't know.
Is no closure.
We don't know.
How does she feel? The person that started the whole, but you're the reason they're arguing and you delayed the flight for everybody. It was a really simple request. Hey, I'd like to go sit next to him. Someone else could have but I think it was the difference in the value of the seats. So it wasn't like swapping two coach seats. Somebody was getting bumped to first class when they didn't have a first class ticket. And maybe that was the whole sticking point. I'm sure it probably had to be.
And even that seems petty because the person giving up her first class seat is literally wanting to go to coach. So
exactly, and she was the one that paid for the pricey seat, so it was just going to be good luck for somebody else.
Right.
In coach. So did they have a contest? How do you pick the person? I guess it would be the person in the seat next to her husband she wanted to take. They should just swap.
That was what she wanted. So anyways,
oh my gosh.
That's the set of the bar story. Unresolved at this point because we don't know, but we do know that flight did end up landing, albeit an hour late in Houston. But everybody.
I mean, again, this is a good lesson for people who do work in the airline industry and are flight attendants. Hey, if someone's willing to downgrade, then by all means, let them do it. It's the whole, trying to get someone up to first class. I get that could be violating some rules, but oh my gosh, what a dumb thing to fight over.
Yeah, that's why it's a setting the bar story.
Exactly.
All right, so if you can manage to make it through the day without getting into an argument, a shouting match with your coworker about a person's seat when you're the flight attendant right in front of everybody, then you're doing okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
That is setting the bar.